Hello and welcome, everybody. We're so excited to be with you today. I'm joined by Jennifer Barber from Sacramento State Alumni Association. We're here to give you a great update about what's been going on. Jennifer, would you mind introducing yourself and just giving us a little bit of an update?
Sure. Thank you, Kelly. Hi, I'm Jennifer Barber. I am your Assistant Vice President of Alumni Relations and the Sacramento State Alumni Association, and very excited to be here today and kind of give you the quick download on what's going on with the Alumni Association.
And I'm going to introduce myself as well. I'm Kelly Siefkin. I'm your Director of Development for the College of Continuing Education and the Sacramento State Alumni Association. So let's start with the first question, what's on everybody's mind. How are things going at the Alumni Association now during shelter in place?
Well, you hit the nail on the head there with shelter in place. So, like many of you, we are still working remotely, and it looks like it'll be that way for a little while. So, we have been working on adapting, figuring out what does that mean as far as alumni engagement. And I know engagement can be a buzzword, but thinking of, we used to do so much programming in person. What does that look like when we're all working from our guest bedrooms? So that's been a big focus. We've done a number of virtual events, some financial wellness seminars, some fun activities. We've got more in the pipeline. We did a paint night. We've done talks with the coaches. So trying to just keep it varied and interesting and try and keep it not overwhelming so that people tune in and kind of stay connected while we're so remote.
We'll make sure to include that link so if anybody wants to join us for a future event, they can. What's one thing that's been hard for Sacramento State's Alumni Association during this time?
Well, hitting on programming and relationships, so much of what we do is building relationships with people. And it's not that you can't do that virtually, you can't do that through Zoom, but it's just not the same. It's not the same as when you walk in a room and you shake someone's hand or you give them a big hug or you see their face light up. Now if you see someone in person, they've got a mask on, so you don't know for sure that their face is lighting up. And being in the people business, we love to interact with people. And when you're on Zoom, you've got screens of these tiny little tiles. So it's just not the same. And for all of us who are just big extroverts and wanting to get to know people, that's a challenge, but we're really trying to make the most of it. And some of the great programming we're doing in this virtual time is stuff I think will stick around into the future.
That's wonderful. Well, what's one thing that you've been really proud of that you're able to accomplish during shelter in place?
Well, we have successfully taken most of our programming into the virtual environment, meaning not necessarily that we're doing everything we would have done in person through the computer, but we've been able to kind of keep moving forward and not miss things. So for instance, our scholarship program, typically we've got a room of volunteers reading scholarship applications, kind of rating them, selecting recipients. We were able to facilitate that all through Zoom. We have 34 amazing students that are being recognized. And while we can't have our normal scholarship reception, we've taken on kind of a little video project instead. So for those of you out there who are donors to our scholarship fund, stay tuned for some fun things to be coming at you. But really, it's been a neat opportunity to reimagine how we do things, and some really fun stuff is coming out of it.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. How will the Sacramento State Alumni Association be affected by this dramatic impact that's going on with our local economy?
Well, Kelly, I know you know, and I'm sure many of our viewers know as well. We made this shift in January to go dues, no dues. So we've been an organization since 1950 that collected membership dues from its members. And we're at a point in time where we really wanted to focus on being more inclusive. Mm-hmm. And so we made the decision to eliminate any dues paying requirement so that every graduate of Sacramento State and friends can be members of the Alumni Association. So the reason I kind of went back into that is that, unfortunately, coupled with the pandemic, has made a little more of a financial impact than we were expecting for this year. We were expecting changes, of course, but this has kind of quadrupled that. So we're really looking more and more to who are our partners in the community, who can still step up and help us in this time. to keep the programming going? How can we economize? A lot of virtual programming is at a savings, but some of it still has a cost. So there is a challenge of making those ends meet. And thankfully, we have been a very responsible organization, so we're not in dire straits, but it's getting tight.
And I know the Harper Alumni Center is a significant source of revenue for the association because people host all kinds of cool retirement parties there and weddings and celebrations. And because that's temporarily on hold until we can come back and celebrate in person, I know that is being an impact as well. So hopefully some of these virtual opportunities that you speak of will be able to partner up with some sponsorships and be able to cover a lot of those costs. So how can somebody who's watching this, who loves what the Alumni Association does, get involved?
Well, probably the single best way is to activate their membership, since it's now free. Get online and claim that membership. You'll get a virtual membership card, and tell your friends. I mean, for those of you in the Sacramento region, 1 in every 20 residents of the Sacramento region is a Sac State graduate. You know people who've gone to Sac State. So encourage them to join the Alumni Association, encourage them to participate in some of our virtual events. We keep our event page online up to date. We also push out emails. So if some of your friends don't get emails from us, have them reach out. They can reach us at alumni@csus.edu and share their email address, and we'd be happy to get them on board. And then, if they're so inclined, there are giving options. We do take donations to support alumni programming, scholarships. If your company is in a place to be a sponsor of programs or events, that's always an option. And then there's volunteering. We have committees, we have chapters, you name it. We've still got all those opportunities for people to get involved.
Those sound really, really great. And there's something coming up on October 15th that absolutely every viewer could participate in. You want to tell us about that?
I'm so glad you brought that up, Kelly. Yes, we are deep in the planning stages for our Distinguished Alumni Awards. And this is an annual event where we recognize alumni who have distinguished themselves within their career, but have also been contributors to their community and or Sac State. So we're very excited. We're going to be, don't tell anybody, but we're going to be honoring 7 people this year. And the big day is October 15th. So keep an eye on our social media, your email, and get involved. Register to participate, and we hope to see you there.
We would love to have you all join us on that day. The first time we haven't gathered in person, but it will still be fantastic. We'll have opportunities for silent auction. We hope that you will consider sponsoring an event and hopefully be inspired to nominate a fellow Hornet next year. So with that, is there anything left that you'd like to share with our Sacramento State Alumni Association?
Well, I do want to say thank you. I mean, I know this is a challenging time for everybody, and it's a different challenge for everybody, but the fact that you're interested enough to watch this and to maintain some connection to your alma mater during this time means the world. So thank you for your support, your involvement, and we look forward to seeing you someday back in person as everything kind of shifts to whatever our new normal is going to be.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure President Nelson would not like us to leave this without giving our Sac State as #1 stingers up. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
All right, go Hornets.
Go Hornets.